Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Gina, and y'all, today we are going to be making some vegetable broth. So let me tell y'all something. If you have never made your own veggie broth, you have no idea what you're missing. I know we grew up doing, the bone broth and the beef broth and the chicken broth, which were good. But when you make your own vegetable broth, especially making it from your homegrown vegetables, just thank me later, because you ain't gonna never buy broth again. Look, y'all know I be getting distracted. You're never gonna buy it again. I promise you. Do try it and come back and tell me. I bet money. I'm willing to wager money. If y'all have seen, God dang it, I'm trying to think of her channel, Imperfect Creations. I know her real name and I'm trying to think of her channel name. She just did a short or a video, I think it was a short, on this, and she was like, I'm never buying it again. This will replace using chicken, beef, whatever, because this is universal. You can use this in anything, for anything. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna show y'all how I do this, because we're gonna be canning some tonight on TT's Urban Pantry channel. I will put the channel linked so you can watch the live if you miss it when we go live, because by the time this drops will be well after that live comes out. Okay, all right guys, so, and we've done this before twice on live, just for the record, but hands down best. When I first did it, I said never again will I buy broth, and guess who hasn't? Okay, just saying, haven't ever. The reason we did it a second go round is because your girls ran out from the first time. I didn't trust it. I didn't trust how good I was gonna feel about it. Like, I didn't trust that. So the first time I made it, I think I did 10 pint jars. The second go round, I made 30. You heard me. I made 30 pint jars my second go round, because what I said not gonna happen is Gina ain't gonna run out of her veggie broth. Okay, and I use it for everything. My dressing at the holidays, when I need a little extra because I ain't got that much broth for my turkey, go get some of my veggie broth. Don't play with me. Soups you want to make, chicken and noodle, whatever, your chicken and dumplings, it's the best thing. All right, so I'm gonna turn y'all around, get y'all set up so y'all can see what I'm about to do. Now let me put this out here, because if you follow my brother Broke Farmer, he has been really trying to be very specific in measurements to use in the things that we show on that he shows on his channel. So I'm gonna pay that forward and try to be very specific in the measurements and the amounts of what you're gonna put in your veggie broth, so that there's no confusion, because I know a lot of times people are like, well, how much do you put? So I'm going to be as specific as I can with this. Okay, all right guys, so we're going to start with some bell peppers. These are peppers from my garden. Some of them were starting to get all squishy, so we're going to get those in there so that we don't lose out on it totally. You can still use it. Yes, don't be throwing it out. I'm not going to use any parts that look like they're trying to go bad, but outside of that, we're going to toss that in there, okay? So we're going to use this much of the peppers. That's how much we're going to use, this much. So listen, you see, you add as much as you feel like you need. You calling them ancestors. And if your ancestors weren't seasoning up food the way that you have been accustomed to enjoying food more so now, and you aren't the biggest when it comes to cooking, call on my ancestors. They're gonna answer you. Say, can Gina's ancestors lead my hands in preparing this broth? They gonna show up, I promise you. They gonna show up. Because ain't no right or wrong amount to use in this recipe, okay? So if you watch broth and you were, you know, waiting for these specific measurements, if you watch him, you know that wasn't about to happen, because that ain't what he be doing. If you don't watch him, you should be, because he has great content. But he ain't about to sit there and measure. Now, he don't do the cooking, but he does the garden stuff. And, you know, a lot of times when it's like, well, how much fertilizer do you use? Or how much compost are you going to add? And stuff like that. That's where he gets into being his very specified self. Which means he is not very specific. Because there is no magic number to doing these things. It just isn't. I'm just using what I got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 8 bell peppers here, and they are all of different sizes, and most of them are kind of small. And we just gonna put those bell peppers in there. I'm just putting all of it but the seed. You ain't got to even cut this much. I'm getting some seeds in there, trust me. I don't care, because it's gonna get drained off. I mean, what am I thinking? Strained off, so that all we have is broth. So don't be so worried about anything getting in there. You're gonna notice as I go along. So that was our peppers. I'm not gonna keep any. You know what? That's why I was gonna say I'm not gonna keep any of these seeds, even though I have plenty of seeds that I have harvested from my bell peppers that I grow. I'm gonna keep a little bit because I like to share seeds. So I'm gonna harvest some, dry them out, and then I'll have some sheets to share with you guys, because I wasn't going to do it. All right, but I'm gonna do it, even though I got more that I'm gonna harvest and whatnot. The more the merrier, right? All right, so now I just need to get something to put these seeds on so they can dry out, because I need my cutting board. All right, come on, y'all. All right, 1 second. I'm just gonna put them on this plate. All right. Until I am done. Usually I would put a paper towel under it, and that way it catches some of the moisture and allows it to dry out faster. And I might sit these in my greenhouse. All right, y'all. So we got that. Now we're gonna add some onion. So all I'm gonna do, these are onions that I grew in my garden. I'm not even gonna take all the skin off, because guess what? That ain't staying in there. None of this is. So we're gonna just throw that all in there. I would put that in there, but I want all that in there, all that skin. But you could. That's just me being my picky self. Oh, only reason why I was trying to take that off is because it looked like it had something on it. I got the part off that did. Throw that in there. So I have 3, I don't know, onions. 2 of them look like they were probably a little medium. This one is a little smaller than the other 2. So we got 3 onions in there. Now, got some carrots that I did not grow. See, I ain't trying to trick y'all. Everything that's going in here, I didn't grow. Did I grow some carrots? Yes. But I've used those carrots in other things. So now I'm going to throw some of those in there. So I have this pot filled to about right here with water because I wanted to put the veggies in. So once I get the veggies in, if it hasn't made it rise more, I will bring it up. I'm probably going to bring it up to right about here because we're about to stock up on these, we're going to stock up on these veggie broths. Some garlic, and yes, I grew garlic, but I don't want to peel garlic. Why? Why don't I want to peel garlic? Because peeling garlic is ghetto, and I don't feel like it today. So we're gonna use this. Yep, we're gonna use that much. I like garlic, so I use quite much of it, as Tabitha Brown would say. Quite much of it. So depending on what you like. Told you, let them ancestors speak to you. If you want more onion, put more onion. If you want more of anything, go and throw it in there. Okay? This is your broth. Make it your way. I have already been cooking with these celery, so they all got washed off because I thought I was going to use them all in another recipe. That is the only reason why you did not see me rinse them off now. And some of them are looking a little worse for wear because, like I said, I was going to use them in another recipe, and then I hadn't, and that was a while ago, and so they've been in my fridge. I've been getting a little, you know, to that I don't know if we should still use them point, but we are going to still use them. Okay? Okay. All right, so there we go. We got some celery in there. We use that much. That much celery. All right. What else do we got? Oh, I know what else we got. Where did I put it? Use this poultry blend. It's basically just it's just rosemary, sage, and thyme that I first. I usually buy these when I am doing my Thanksgiving meal, and I stuff it in my brine for my turkey. So we got celery, onion, bell pepper, garlic, our poultry blend, so the sage, thyme, rosemary, and what else? Carrots. I think I mentioned everything. I actually think that I am going to add more onion. I think I am going to add some more onion in here, and maybe even some more bell pepper, but this is just going to go. Like, I'm literally going to let this go for, typically I would let this simmer all day, but it's 3:18. I don't know if you can see the time. It's 3:18 in the afternoon. So I am going to let this go for probably 3 hours because we're going to be canning at 9 o'clock on TT's channel. I want to do a set of jars before that live because I want to say this is a 75-minute processing, but I will confirm that. I'm actually going to do quart when I get these done, and I want to say quarts are 90 minutes, but I will confirm that as well on the screen. I don't know, depending on what I'm thinking, because it looks like I might only get about 7 or so quarts out of this, which is fine. I was hoping to get quarts and oh, I forgot something. Hold on, y'all. Hold your mule. That's what Tab says. I forgot the tomatoes. So these were the tomatoes, some of the tomatoes that I got from my gardening neighbor. I froze them so they're a little mush. Y'all, why didn't y'all say something? So, tomatoes. I almost forgot them. Yes, so we got the tomatoes in there. So, I don't know. I might just leave it like it is. As I'm stirring it up and the onions are breaking up, I can see that they're able to get all around. That flavor is going to come out. So we got tomatoes in there now. I forgot about the tomatoes. So you want some tomatoes too. And you saw about how much I put. Exactly that amount. Not exactly. Exactly what you want. So I'm going to let this go for like 3 hours. I'm going to cover it. This is actually one of my, what is this? This is a water bath canner. See? Has the thing on there. So I'm using it to do my broth. I am going to add water because it did not come up to the level I wanted it to. So I might still do a round of my quart jars. Excuse me. And whatever's left, do in pints. So I wanted to do it 6 to 7. I forget how many jars I have left in the quart. So I'm running out of jars, y'all. In the quart. I have plenty more still of the pint. But I'm going to do 7 of the quarts, and then whatever left, I'm going to do in pints. Hopefully I can get about 10 or more. We'll see. All right, guys. I will be back when it is time to fill the jars. Actually, when it's time to strain out all this, and then fill the jars and process them. Okay? All right. All right, guys. So I'm going to actually add some peppercorn and salt to this broth. So just some pink salt. You know what? I had somebody ask me in regards to my onion powder. How do you keep it from caking and whatnot? So you see it's not moving around that much. It's kind of cake. Tap your jar. And now it's moving. There's no salt or rice or nothing in here. It's just dehydrated onion. Now it's moving. That's all I do. Make sure you dehydrate it all the way though. All right. So remember them ancestors. Don't get heavy on this. Don't do that. We're just gonna add a little peppercorn. Maybe like a tablespoon. Maybe. Probably not even that much. Seriously. Because pepper can get overpowering real quick, y'all. So don't go crazy. Alright. And we're gonna add some salt. So we're gonna add quite much salt. Not too much, y'all. Probably like 2 or 3. It's probably gonna be this darn near my whole little thing. So probably 2 tablespoons, maybe just a little more than 2 tablespoons. Because this thing was not full. Alright, so we're gonna let that go. Y'all see I got the canner out, so I'm getting it ready. The jars are in there. Stir this around. My vegetables are all soft. I can't even see my tomatoes anymore, so they done burst. And the skins are just kind of rolling around. And taste your broth to see if it's where you want it. I don't taste mine because I'm not worried about it. If it doesn't have enough salt or something, I'm gonna season the item I'm using it in. So I'm not that overly worried. I'm not just gonna have broth. Never do it. I could, but I just never do it. Anyway, just wanted to show you that I was putting something else in. So I'm gonna let this go for a little bit longer, and then I'll be back when we're ready to fill these jars. All right, guys, let's start getting these jars filled up. So I was going to strain out the veggies. I'm not gonna do that yet. So the reason why is because they've all sunk to the bottom really. So I don't feel like it's gonna be it's not gonna be an issue with me filling my jars. So let's get a couple jars out to fill. We got our funnel. I got my measuring cup that I'm gonna use to scoop up the broth. Make sure I don't have any actual vegetables in it. So we're gonna fill it to a 1-inch headspace. And y'all, it don't even process as long as I thought. I looked it up. They only need to process for 35 minutes, quart jars. 35 minutes for quarts, 30 minutes for pints. I was like, well, look at God. All right. So you saw I bought the jars up out of my canner because we do hot jars and with hot liquid or hot content. Look at that liquid gold. Hold on, y'all. All right, got my paper towel so I can clean the rims. Got some vinegar here. It smells amazing in here though, I ain't gonna lie. But it always does when I make this. I'm telling you, you got to try it. Take my word for this one. Y'all know I always drop something. All right, so we're gonna put on our lids. It's hot. Put our rings on. These jars are hot, y'all. Look, I had people in my video that I did. I think it was the beans and ham. Like, girl, get you a thing for opening up your canner. Y'all listen. I know it's a great idea. I do. I've been cooking since I was 9 years old. Really younger than that, but cooking by myself, like being trusted to actually make meals for me and my siblings at times, 9. And these hands and fingers and knuckles and stuff, they done caught a lot of heat. And they'll be fine. One day maybe I'll learn my lesson. I don't think today gonna be that day. I don't know, y'all. It's just like, it just comes with it. I've even had, look, I done showed, or if y'all watch TT, we were doing apple butter. And y'all, these fruit butters, they splatter a lot. I can see some of my herbs trying to get in it. They splatter. I do. I see quite a bit moving around in there. Try not to get it into my jar. Yeah, I see some onion. and tomato. Anyway, it splatters a lot. I'm about to show y'all in a second. And the reason I'm not using my my little measuring thing, this pretty much gets you to a inch. Actually, I'm a little short of it on this one. Let me add just a little bit more because I'm a little short. All right. So I know how to eyeball it. I've been doing them enough. Anyway, y'all. So y'all know that burned down to like the little bit of that white meat, right? Yeah. Yep. So, and the sad part is when it splattered and touched my skin, I didn't even flinch. I kept doing what I was doing until I felt it like burning through layers. And I was like, oh crap. So what I did learn is when I made the butters again, not to ignore that. That I learned. Uh-oh. Yeah. I dropped my ring. But I still make the butters. And I don't really take any other precautions than that. Of me just not ignoring if it splatters. I haven't had it splatter on my skin again. I'm a little more careful. All right, y'all see that? Look at that. That is just vegetables. That is just vegetables with that beautiful color. Y'all saw what I put in there. Yes, and don't worry if like little particles of your vegetables get in there. It's not a problem. It's not even a problem if the vegetables do. But I want the broth. I'm not doing this for the vegetables. So that's why we strain it out. So as I get lower in my pot, I will okay, I see it in there. I will strain out some of these vegetables. I have not strained out any yet. What I see in this is some of my tomato. There we go. I don't want that in there. That's a peppercorn. I don't want that in there either. All right. All right. But I'm telling you, put this on your to-do list of projects, canning projects. And if you don't have fresh veggies from your garden, you can still do this. You don't have to do garden fresh veggies. You saw I did both. I had some stuff from my garden, and some of the stuff was store-bought. That was more tomato skin that I dumped back in there. Yeah, so it's getting lower to where I definitely need to get the vegetables because I'm getting down too closer to the veggies. So yeah. But like I said, this is just my first round. I'm going to be canning with TT's Urban Pantry. Uh-oh. Live. So, you'll see this after that. I don't know how soon after it because I got to edit and all that, but you'll see it. And those of y'all who see it live, you're going to see it live. Hold on. This is canning season, and I know I got a box. Oh, here it is. I was saying, I know I got a box of lids already open. Instead of me opening another one. All right. Let me grab a couple rings. So guys, for those who don't know, if you haven't canned before, once these are done processing, and they go through the process of kind of setting. I don't like the fact that that got a dent on it. Once it's sealed, after the processing, I will take the rings off, and that's what I store it without a ring on it. So I have a crate, a little, not crate, but like one of those storage bins full of my rings. Okay. All right. So let's do this last one. And y'all, this thing is still more than half full. Well, I don't know after I take these veggies out, but right now it's more than half full, still with broth. I saw a little bit of tomato go into that one. All right, I think, yeah. All right, so let's clean this one off. And so this is the set I'm gonna do as quarts. My next set is just going to be pints. Hold on, without. I was like, where I put my lids. All right. All right. So I got 7. I'll let you take another look. Look it. Make it. Just make it. No questions. Just do it. All right. I'm gonna throw this vinegar in there. I always just put the vinegar in the canner. I'm gonna turn this canner up because I had it turned down, but it was hot. We're gonna put our lid on. We're gonna lock it. You know what? Let me take it off so I can show you real quick. The ones, because I always do this just in case someone new is watching my videos. So, we're putting the lid on. When it comes to pressure, this here is gonna come up and it's gonna stay up just like this. I'm gonna hear steam coming through it. Steam will be coming through there, and it will be coming through here. This black button there, that is a safety. It's a rubber button. So if too much pressure builds up in the canner, this will pop off and release the pressure. Never has happened to me, okay? So I'm going to put the top on. When it comes to pressure and this pops up, and this pops up, I'm going to wait 10 minutes after this pops up to put my weight on this. I'll show you the weight. Alright, got it back on there and locked. Here is my weight. So when it gets to pressure, it's been at pressure for 10 minutes, I'll put the weight on, and then I will let you know what's going to happen next. I'm not going to put the weight on until I come back, so just stay tuned. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, it has been 10 minutes that has been up. So it's been 10 minutes at pressure. It's going to be 35 minutes to process. But after we put this weight on, which we're going to do now, that timer starts 10 minutes after that. So at 7:45, the 35-minute timer starts. So we will come back at 8:20 to take this off of the burner. All I do is turn off my eye, push it back, and let it depressure. But I'll come back and show you all that. So I'll see y'all at, let me just make sure I did that right. 45. Nope, I didn't. Yes, I did. At 8:20. There we go. All right. Guys, so let me bring you so you can see. It is, I hope you can see the clock, 8:21 actually. So all I'm gonna do now is turn off this eye. Let me my little spoon holder thing over, and then I'm just gonna push this canner off of the eye. Y'all, I got 2 big pots on this dang on stove, and look, they fighting for room. So you see it's already slowing down, the rocking. I am not going to do anything until that drops. So it's starting to cool down. Once it depressures enough, that back one that came up that got us started has to drop. Once that drops, let me put you up. Once it drops, then I can take off the weight. Once I can take off the weight, I can open it. So, y'all, my live with TT starts at 9. I need this thing to be ready about that time. So it's like 8:20. It should be. But once this depressures, that drops, I'm going to take the weight off. I'm going to go ahead and crack this baby. Meaning I'm going to unlock it and just tilt the lid just slightly to let some of that heat out slowly, instead of letting it just automatically get to the air. And then once it's cooled off enough, then I'll bring you back when I'm bringing them out the canner, because I'm going to have to set them up so that I can get this canner ready to go for the next set that we're going to do on live. Okay? So I will be back when I'm taking these out the canner. All right. All right, family. So, y'all, you see I'm changed. Your girl went to bed. Y'all know how I do. So what happened was, we canned on live last night, and I actually took my quart size jars out without doing my ending. So I was like, bet, we're doing some more, because I did my pints, and I'll pull those out so you can see it. But I'm going to show you the quarts that we did in the beginning part of this video. There you go, guys. Look at that liquid gold. Yeah, so I got 7 of these, and then I did 10 pints. So let's get those out the canner. Y'all, as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, I was supposed to record that. Yeah. So, all right, smells good though. So these have a little more sedative, which is basically just some of the remnants of the vegetables that I cooked down. But they did great. And guys, all you do, oh, I got still a little bit of bubbling. All you do when you're getting ready to use it, shake it up. The ones that you get in the can be the same way. Okay? When you ever open them and you pour them, you didn't shake them first, pour them out, you got that sedative at the bottom of the can. But mine ain't got no preservatives. It ain't got nothing preserving that up. Alright, so I am noticing I have one. These are still warm, but they're not hot. I have one that did not seal. So let me move that one out. We'll see if it does, but it has not, as so far, sealed. And the reason I know, let me try to bring y'all so y'all can see if you can see the difference. But the reason I know is because I don't know if you can see, but it's still bumped at the top. It's not down like the rest of these. These don't have any bump. This one still is bumped out. So that means it hasn't sealed, because when it seals, it suctions down and then it's flat. So, yeah. Let's hope that it does what it needs to do. If not, I'll put this one in the fridge and then I'll just use it for something roughly soon. Okay? So that I don't lose out on it. I'm just making sure all my other ones are sealed. They are. So I have 9 that did, 1 that didn't. I have 10 pints, 7 quarts. And I know you're like, sheesh, that's a lot. It ain't. Last time I did this, a set of these, I did 30 pint-sized jars. I didn't do any quarts. Because when I say liquid gold, I'm not just talking. This stuff is so good. Once you do this, I'm telling you, just like when you start growing your own vegetables and you taste a vegetable that's freshly grown by you, you never want the store-bought vegetables again, because you can tell the difference immediately. Like, the stuff we grow taste, the flavor is like 100 times more intense and flavorful than the stuff that we're buying at the store. A lot of that stuff is very bland. Trust me, if you try and grow something, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is the same way. And even better if you can use all your homegrown veggies for it. I was able to use some, and then I did use some store-bought. But if I had my own celery, carrots, and everything still from the garden, this would have been a million times better, flavor-wise. But yeah, get you some veggie broth on your shelf. You will not be disappointed. Stock you up some. Don't be me. The first time I made this, I only made 10. Trust me, if you're somebody who cooks, you're going to go through that. Because you can use this for your soups, your stews. You can use it for rice. If you want to cook your rice instead of making rice in water, have some flavor to it, you could do it in that veggie broth. You can add it to like your chicken and dumplings, chicken and noodles, anything that would take a broth. I use it in my dressing when I need more broth for it because I didn't get enough from my turkey. Yes, that's all I got is yes. All those things and then some. Anything that you would normally open up a can of broth, or you might be using water to make. I use this even when I'm doing pasta sometimes, and I want flavor to those pasta noodles. And when you do your mac and cheese, let me tell you how you're gonna upgrade that mac and cheese. If you make mac and cheese, because a lot of us did this already. When you boil those noodles, you're boiling it in like a chicken stock or something. Boil it in this. That gives your mac and cheese already a little flavor, because your noodles are going to catch that flavor. It's going to enhance that flavor from whatever you're cooking it in. Instead of boiling it in water, boil those noodles in some stock, and then put your mac and cheese together. Thank me later. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.